Now in 4 News Now at 6, Spokane Police recommending assault charges against a Spokane County Sheriff's Office sergeant. What the attorney of the assaulted man says should happen next.
The sun is going to return tomorrow and we'll actually see it and enjoy it. But wait until you see what's headed our way this weekend. Winter isn't over in the First Alert forecast.
And we are just minutes away from Mark Peterson and the Extreme Team revealing everything they've done this week at the Office of Women Helping Women. You don't want to miss it. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Obvious that he committed a second-degree assault. I'm surprised that it took them 6 months to come to that realization.
You just heard from attorneys for Kevin Hinton, the 62-year-old man who was severely injured in an altercation with a Spokane Sheriff's Office sergeant last October. In the last 24 hours, Spokane police have recommended second-degree assault charges against that sheriff's sergeant, Clay Hilton. But Hinton's attorneys say these charges don't mean much to them or their client unless the prosecutor decides to file them. Jordan Smith is live outside the prosecutor's office, and Jordan, Hinton's attorneys are making plans whether those charges are filed or not.
Yeah, and Derek, that is the important thing to remember, is just because these charges were recommended by Spokane police doesn't mean that the prosecutors will file them, which is why regardless of what happens at the prosecutor's office, Hinton's attorneys say that they are going to pursue civil charges against both Sergeant Hilton and Spokane County.
You're under arrest. Get on the ground.
It's been 6 months since this violent interaction between Sergeant Clay Hilton and 62-year-old Kevin Hinton. Hinton was resting while on a road trip when Sergeant Hilton approached his car. He refused to give his identity.
You're not getting my ID for sitting in a parking lot now.
Sergeant Hilton reported that Hinton was immediately confrontational, and he saw a knife in the driver's door pocket along with one in the back seat. He engaged with Hinton because he said it appeared as though Hinton was reaching for them during the encounter.
Why didn't he do anything?
Hinton left with a punctured lung and 8 broken ribs.
Bones do heal, but he is still dealing with the after effects and trauma of this beating.
Tim Note and Josh Maurer represent Hinton in this case. They agree with SPD's recommended charges of second-degree assault, but say they are a long ways out from justice.
Honestly, this means nothing. We are no closer to justice in any way, shape, or form, not civilly, not criminally, today than we were yesterday before we all got this report.
It's still up to the prosecutor to file these charges. Regardless of whether or not that happens, they're filing a civil lawsuit against Sergeant Hilton and Spokane County. They say that this incident should bar Sergeant Hilton from being able to serve in law enforcement at all.
I do not believe that someone who failed to de-escalate this most basic of circumstances is an appropriate member for law enforcement in our community.
And Spokane police tells us that they submitted their recommended charges to the prosecutor's office yesterday. The prosecutor's office tells us they still haven't received it. We'll be following up to see what the timeline on reaching a decision in this case looks like. In Spokane, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
All right, Jordan, thank you. Spokane police need your help finding a woman who's been missing since yesterday. 27-year-old Lynetta Moses was last seen in the area of Division and Koza. That's near the Texas Roadhouse in North Spokane. Police say Lynetta is at high risk due to mental health concerns. Lynetta wears a hearing aid and she speaks Salish that would require the help of an interpreter. If you've seen her, call 911 or Crime Check at 509-456-2233. Well, Neighbors Feeding Neighbors, an organization in Spokane Valley that provides meals and items to vulnerable people in our community, fell victim to theft this morning, jeopardizing its organization. This redwood flatbed trailer was stolen in West Central Spokane. They use it for transporting food and supplies to people in need.
What am I going to do? How am I going to haul the food? I have a pickup truck, but it won't do it. That trailer was our ministry, you know. And so
Larry Behringer says the theft won't stop him from giving back, but it does put a limit on how many people the organization can now help. If you see that trailer, you can find Behringer's contact information and how you can help Neighbors Feeding Neighbors on our website at KXLY.com. All right, get ready for some sun in your First Alert forecast. Chris, we've been seeing gray day after gray day, so tomorrow's going to be welcome.
Yes, and in fact, we saw a gray day for part of the day today. Let's take a look at our time lapse. Of course, after you came in to the building, Derek, look what happened to the clouds. They started clearing, and these bright blue skies and a gorgeous sunset on our time lapse. We're going to see fewer of the clouds and more of the sunshine tomorrow, and temperatures should be just as warm. Here's a look at high temperatures across the region today. Made it into the 50s in Pullman, in Lewiston, Moses Lake, and Ritzville. 48 in Spokane. Similar temperature in Coeur d'Alene, having a little bit of trouble with the thermometer out there on the prairie. We're not cooling down very quickly yet, but with those clear skies, we'll be dropping down around freezing tonight. Cooler than we have been for the past several mornings, and with a little bit of fog tomorrow morning, you may run into some areas of patchy freezing fog. 32 degrees to start the day tomorrow, and then we should see some sunshine a little bit longer throughout the day. We're heading up to a high of 48. That compares to an average high of 41. The first half of your weekend looks like it is going to be dry and mild as well. And then we have a big system coming in for Monday that will change everything. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes.
Well, the Washington State Cougars not only cracked the top 25 this week, they have a chance to take over first place in the Pac-12. All they have to do is knock off the number 4 team in the country, the Arizona Wildcats. Julian Minnesota is here, ready for the big game. And Julian, it's a big challenge for the Cougars tonight.
Yeah, all week long, the message has been stay poised, because the McKale Center is one of the toughest places to play the entire country. But WSU has proven it can win there. The Cougars beat Arizona on the road last season. It was WSU's first top 5 road win in program history. And while the Cougars have had a lot of turnover on the roster, there are still a few players who were on last year's team, and they've been giving the newcomers some advice on what to expect.
They're telling us it's going to be crazy. There's about like 17,000 people. They're standing all game. So it's something I'm looking forward to. You know, I don't really shy away from the moment.
And it's actually nearly 15,000 there at the McKale Center, but it's going to sound like 17 because Washington State defeated Arizona by 3 points earlier this month in Pullman. Tip-off for this one's at 8 o'clock tonight. Arizona has the second best offense in the nation, scoring 90 points a game. But in that first meeting, the Cougs held them to just 70 points. So defense, the name of the game, and keeping your cool out there because it's going to get crazy, loud, and they got a long memory there, the Arizona fans do.
Adversity is going to strike at some point. So, right, how do you keep your poise through all that? Julian, thank you. Well, you can celebrate the Year of the Dragon this Saturday at the Spokane Convention Center. Spokane United We Stand is hosting the city's biggest Lunar New Year celebration. You can learn about the heritage of several Asian countries all in one room. Ivy Hall moved to Spokane from Taiwan 24 years ago. She says she's always felt welcome and accepted here, so she wants to say thank you by sharing her culture.
We want to thank you, treat us as a family, part of family. So we want to bring good things to you guys, and you can experience, and then you can enjoy and have fun, and also learning about our culture.
The event is free and will include performances, activities, giveaways, and more. For more information on the event, you can find this story on KXLY.com. The Women Helping Women Fund makes a huge impact on the Spokane community. So this week, the 4 News Now Extreme team is doing a little helping of their own. Mark Peterson is there tonight. And Mark, I know how you operate, and I know you're racing to get everything done.
We did pretty well. We really did. About 5:30 had all of the stuff that I wasn't showing you all done. One of the things we did do is really talk about the growth of their storage, and we're going to talk about that and why it's so important, plus the big reveal that's still to come.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed!
Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino brings you Blue Oyster Cult on their 50th anniversary tour to Spokane Live. Friday, March 15th. Tickets are available online now at SpokaneTribeCasino.com. Entertainment without limits.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good Morning America. We want you to know every morning.
We're right here, and we got you.
RV show pricing continues now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Yes, every RV in stock at R&R RV Liberty Lake is show priced. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show priced. Now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Shop online at rnrrv.com or visit R&R RV in Liberty Lake, Eastern Washington's largest RV dealer.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
Want free college or career training? It's possible.
This is Ford Truck Month. With amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Make way for the event that only comes around once a year, featuring the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Super Duty, the North American Truck of the Year. Get ready and get to Ford Truck Month. Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% APR for 72 months on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
Our kitchen used to look like this. So I went to the Par Design Center, where they helped me choose my cabinets, countertops, and hardware, and we love the results.
Par, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build? Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino brings you Blue Oyster Cult on their 50th anniversary tour to Spokane Live. Friday, March 15th. Tickets are available online now at SpokaneTribeCasino.com. Entertainment without limits.
For 32 years, the Women Helping Women Fund has worked to help women and children throughout Spokane reach their dreams. It provides grants and scholarships that fuel growth and success.
And we've been able to continue to grow, and now we support about 50 nonprofits a year through various grants, and then we also support scholars, women balancing the cost of tuition and childcare.
With the help of Mark Peterson and the Extreme team, some of these nonprofits will have a space inside the brand new Women Helping Women facility. And that's where Mark is tonight. And Mark, this project goes far beyond just this office space.
Exactly. Here's the deal. I mean, this was packed to the point on Monday that we couldn't even walk through it, and now it's been cleaned up and organized. I went to Norlift. We got some really nice cabinets, and Geneva Johns is going to be joining us here to tell us why this is so important, because, I mean, none of this existed on Monday.
No, none of it existed on Monday. We're nonprofits. We have to store a lot of our own stuff, and we've been lucky to be able to be in this space, but a lot of nonprofits aren't that lucky. And so we brought in Girls on the Run, and their poor executive director has had a ton of stuff in her home for 10 years. And so we're able to give her this storage space and actually let her use her whole home, which is pretty crazy.
I hear rumors her husband's very happy that his garage could be back to him and he can park a car or have a shop again. So, but this will be used for other things as well, including other nonprofits needing storage.
Yeah, absolutely. So we still have plenty of storage there on the other side, and we actually want to be able to let nonprofits use this space if they have any projects that they want to work on, or they need to coordinate a bunch of volunteers. We have this great open empty space now for them to use.
A great open empty space. And now they go, look at all the room we have, and I go, don't fill it up. All right, hearts are full and people are tired, but we're going to go upstairs coming up in just a little bit and show you the whole project. And Heather Hamlin, I'm going to walk her through it along with you right here on 4 News Now.
Going to be awesome. We'll talk to you in about 20 minutes. Well, it is February 22nd, and we've hardly had any snow down in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. So we went up to the mountains to unpack the snowpack and show what to expect not only for this summer, but the summers to come.
But in lower snowpacks, like kind of what we're experiencing this season, if that same thing happens, I mean, who knows how early that snow can melt out.
Come along with Matt Gray and take a look at our changing snowpack and what it means for our way of life here in the Inland Northwest.
nice to see a little light in the sky this late in the evening and to have some clearing to go along with it. It should be a beautiful evening. If you still have a dog to walk, we're cooling down into the 30s by 11 o'clock with partly cloudy skies. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by McVeigh Brothers.
Go from virtual to reality in a weekend. At Floor Trader, you'll find more samples and more selection in one place. With big box prices and small town service, this weekend at Floor Trader, we'll pay your sales tax.
Residential Home Solutions is excited to announce our Win 24 in 24. You heard that right. Win 24,000 in new windows and entry doors installed by our truly local company. To qualify, you must meet the following: be a homeowner and live in our region. No purchase is necessary to enter, and we provide free estimates to show what you could win. Go to residentialhs.com to enter or call 892-6460. Win 24 in 24 with Residential Home Solutions. Home improvements, custom fit for life.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all 2024 Silverado 1500 models. Or get $5,000 total value on this Silverado High Country when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Hey, I'm Travis Dickinson from Cochinito Taqueria. I'm here today with Yolks Fresh Market to talk to you about my secret chef ingredient, dried chilies. We're going to use guajillo, ancho, and chipotle chilies in this mole manchamanteles. We use these dried chilies all in different combinations to really draw some pretty cool flavors into the dishes we do. The guajillo has this kind of tropical stone fruity punch. The chipotle's obviously got smoke and spice. As a chef, being able to walk through the aisles of the yolks and pick out the things that really call to me, that's an awesome lead into some pretty cool cooking.
Frozen water pipes are a serious risk during cold winter weather. When water freezes in a pipe, it can be a disaster for your home and your wallet. If you're not properly prepared, don't wait until it's too late. At Mainstream, we know exactly what it takes to keep your family safe during the cold season. So call or visit us online today.
Go from virtual to reality in a weekend. At Floor Trader, you'll find more samples and more selection in one place. With big box prices and small town service, this weekend at Floor Trader, we'll pay your sales tax.
All right, this is a live look over downtown Spokane right now. Christian artist Toby Mac is performing at the arena tonight, and it looks like people are starting to make their way into the building. And Christian, they expect a foggy drive home tonight is the question.
You know, there may be a few spots where there's some fog, but nothing particularly widespread. I think they may have a spring in their step because Friday is tomorrow and the weather is going to be beautiful. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be dry Friday and Saturday, and I think we're going to see a fair amount of sunshine, especially on Friday after some patchy morning fog. Above average temperatures both days, and then things start to change on Sunday. Rainy and windy, especially wet in the mountains, and then it is going to be windy and wet off and on next week. But not rain. It looks like we're going to see some snow. Here's a look at our weather pattern. Our computer model starting off at our current time. Quiet Friday, super quiet Saturday. And then here's Saturday at 6 o'clock, starting to see the snow over the Cascades. The Cascade Pass travel is going to be very tricky starting late Saturday and continuing through next week. And it's not going to be that great over Lookout either. But then as we get into Sunday, the cold front approaches. We see rain in the valleys, heavy snow in the mountains, particularly over the Cascades, and our winds start picking up. Here's our wind forecast starting at 8 o'clock Sunday. Already breezy with wind gusts in excess of 25 miles per hour. But they're going to pick up in the afternoon, peaking Sunday evening. Here's Sunday at 8 o'clock with close to 50 mile per hour gusts in Spokane, 53 mile per hour gusts in Pullman. Windy through the Columbia Basin. So far, there are no wind advisories or watches issued, but we're keeping an eye on that possibility. The winds will die down a little bit by Monday morning, but it is still going to be a windy start to the day and wet. dry Friday and Saturday. Our chance of precipitation, mainly as rain, is up to 70% on Sunday. Then a rain-snow mix into snow on Monday, with more snow possible Tuesday. Here's a look at how our snow level is going to change on Sunday, up around 4,000 feet. Here's the Spokane area. These are the mountain passes, and then it drops down to around 500 feet on Monday, 1,500 on Tuesday, then finally getting up above the Spokane area by Wednesday, but staying in the mountain passes and staying in the ski resorts as well. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Plan to take advantage of this beautiful weather on Friday and Saturday and get outside, get some vitamin D. I certainly am. Windy and rainy Sunday, and then at least a chance of wet weather every single day through the 7-day forecast, and a bonus day of wet weather on Thursday, the 29th of February. It is Leap Day. Derek.
Yeah, we'll certainly be cherishing Friday and Saturday for sure.
Good.
All right, snowpack in the inland Northwest is the lowest it's been in almost a decade, but that's not the whole story when it comes to how it impacts all of us. How long the snowpack lasts into spring is just as important. In tonight's special report, meteorologist Matt Gray goes into the mountains to unpack the snowpack and reveal how climate change is changing our water supply.
We show you a lot of information about how the snowpack is doing on television, but if you've ever wondered where it all comes from, it starts at a place like this, out here in the middle of nowhere with a weather station deep in the snow.
But right now, the snow isn't that deep at all. Snowpack across the inland Northwest is close to record lows. This snow measuring station, several miles north of Wallace, Idaho, is one of the few stations in the inland Northwest that's reading close to normal. It's one reason why Cody Brown and I are here. Cody works for the Idaho Snow Survey. It's part of his job to go out and confirm the measurements from these weather stations by hand. But first, he has to get there. Even in a mild winter, this is not the easiest place to get to. Eventually, we run out of trail and have to snowshoe the rest of the way in. Sitting at around 4,000 feet, snow will keep falling here for a few more weeks before the warmth of spring starts the melting process. Higher up the mountain, the snow can stay put into July. But that's only if the weather cooperates. Spring heat waves like we saw in 2023 can melt down even a big snowpack fast.
At the end of April, snowpack was actually above to near normal. And then as soon as May hit, May 1st, temperatures increased by about 10 degrees higher than normal. And that trend pretty much was throughout that month. And then the snowpack essentially melted out 2 weeks early.
The same thing happened in 2021, a series of heat waves that ended in the most extreme one of all, the record-setting heat dome. Luke Reyes is a PhD student at Washington State University. After the heat dome, he went to study how the snowpack responded and found something he didn't expect.
We're like, oh, that's interesting that there's this, seems to be a little pattern here that there are these rapid snowmelt events. And in 2021, they were associated with the heat dome, but also these other really short-term heat waves earlier in the spring.
Ray has found that over the last 30 years, these spring heat waves are happening more often, and they're happening even at the highest elevations.
Where the snowpack we would expect to persist a little bit longer, but it's still being undercut by these heat waves, and they come regardless of whether it's El Nino or La Nina or anywhere in between.
And this year, it's El Nino that we're dealing with. It's the strongest one since 2015, which also happens to be the year of the record lowest snowpack for now. If spring heat returns with snow like this, the results could be historic.
But in lower snowpacks, like kind of what we're experiencing this season, if that same thing happens, I mean, who knows how early that snow can melt out. It could be up to a month early with the current snowpack conditions.
That means our mountains could be barren as early as the end of May. It means the potential for more growth of grasses and brush that fuel wildfires and create smoky air. It means less water in our lakes and rivers in the driest months of the year. It means the possibility of an early start to water restrictions, and this may only be the beginning. According to Luke Reyes research, snowpack in the Northwest is on pace to melt out about 1 week earlier every 30 years. It may take 100 years for the snowpack melting in May to become a normal thing, but the journey to get there will see more years like 2015 was and like 2024 could become. Cody and I finished up our measurements as the snow continues to fall, just as it will continue to do each winter for centuries to come. The only thing that will change is our expectations of how much. In Shoshone County, Matt Gray, 4 News Now.
All right, Matt Gray is back from that hike in the mountains. And Matt, if there's one big takeaway from doing the story, what is it?
Just how shocking some of these spring heat waves are. Looking up some of our local snow sites like we saw there for this story. One example was Schweitzer. So they have a station there. It's about 6,000 feet or so. So it's pretty high up in the mountains for our area. And to see, for example, in 2021, in early May, where it's 70 degrees, think about if you had a snowstorm at your house and then it was 70 degrees the next day. Think about how much snow would melt out. And so that's what's happening. It's just a few days in the spring that get really warm that's melting the majority of this snow. So it can be very, very narrow margins when it comes to how long that snowpack will last.
Okay. Really interesting stuff. Thank you. Well, he served the Moscow community for 29 years. Now, Police Chief James Fry will retire from the department at the end of May. What he told 4 News Now about his future when we sat down with him today. And up next, help is on the way for people living near the Spokane Airport and Fairchild Air Force Base. Their drinking water could be heavily contaminated. How it just became a whole lot easier for them to find out if it's safe to drink. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
$1 million markdown on now at the Tin Roof. They need to make room for new items, so hundreds of items are on sale, some at or below cost. This is the biggest markdown sale they've ever had. Shop now for once-in-a-lifetime deals.
Adventure awaits at Silver Mountain Resort this winter. Enjoy some of the best terrain in the region, only 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Family, friends, and smiles as big as the wide-open vistas. Relax in a beautiful condo just a stroll away from dining, water slides, indoor surfing, and 84 degrees. And a gondola ride away from our new covered carpet lift, tubing, and acres of snow rider heaven. Your winter adventure awaits at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
AutoNation gets it. Your life is constantly on the move, going from one place to another. And after that, guess what? Yeah, you keep going. That's why we do our part to keep you on the go. Now at AutoNation Volkswagen. Drive new 2024 models with 1.9% APR financing, plus a $500 customer bonus. Go to AutoNation Volkswagen today. What drives you drives us.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts. 4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
People living in the West Plains and Airway Heights who have their own water wells are stuck between a rock and a hard place, or more specifically, a contaminated well and a huge bill for testing. The wells are potentially contaminated with a chemical that Fairchild Air Force Base and the Spokane Airport use to fight fires on planes. Years of practice led to PFAS seeping down into the wells. But there's now help available to those homeowners. Our Peter Choi has the story.
This was outrageous for one test.
Less than a mile away from the Spokane International Airport, Trina Ayers.
My well is situated right over here.
Her private well has been a major headache.
This is the hydrant hooked up to the well.
After her daughters moved to this home, she says their health conditions became an issue.
They both started complaining of similar health issues, very extreme issues that they were concerned going to doctors to try to get answers about.
Now, when she looked at the cost of testing her private well for PFAS, she was even more surprised to see the price tag.
Usually you can get everything tested for $175. This was $375 for one test.
With EPA's funding, the Department of Ecology has now stepped in to help.
For this effort, we have funding to test about 300 shared and private wells in the Northeast West Plains area at no cost to the resident.
The testing will begin in March 4th. The test results will be available a month later. Find more information how to sign up for free testings on our website, kxly.com.
Yippee! I'm so excited. I spread the word to some of my other friends in the area, sent them the link.
Now, if you'd like to sign up for free water testing for PFAS, there's more information on our website, kxly.com. In Spokane, and Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Well, if you're just getting home for the evening, there's plenty of news to get you caught up on history made today. Odysseus, a private lunar lander, successfully touched down on the surface of the moon. We'll tell you all about it. Plus,
I thought it would ever get to this point.
New reaction tonight to the unprecedented ruling out of Alabama, where the state Supreme Court has decided frozen embryos are children. And up next, this is what the Women Helping Women office looked like before Mark Peterson and the Extreme team showed up. Mark has the big remodel reveal. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Now that's Montana Sapphire from Phillipsburg, Montana.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Most honest train conductor ever? Next in Edition, he found $30,000 cash on a train.
Was there any part of you that thought, oh, I could take this home?
No. How every dollar went back to the lady who forgot she left the money. Then, a woman's mission to discover the truth about her step-grandfather. Was he a notorious serial killer?
Sierra and her family start to question, could he have been a killer?
Next in Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, thanks for being with us. The moment has finally arrived. All week long, Mark Peterson and the 4 News Now Extreme team have been remodeling the Women Helping Women Fund office in Northeast Spokane. And we are very proud to share the results here with you. Mark gave us a glimpse of that work a little bit earlier, and now it's time to see it all. Mark, take it away.
We're going to take you through the trip of 3,000 square feet of renovation along with Heather Hanlon, who's the executive director of the Women Helping Women Fund. And these are their executive offices. Behind me is a saying, and we're going to be thanking people, but Spokane Sunscreen has done all of the lettering, all the signage. We rise by lifting others. That's also on the T-shirt. Heather, good evening.
Hello. Thank you so much.
So you guys helped us a lot this week. What do you think? What do you think? We're going to show everybody at home what we've done.
It's just amazing. Honestly, we can host people. Other nonprofits will be in here using it. 3 new offices. I mean, this is amazing. We're so grateful.
Let's walk and talk. Girls on the Run. We're going to be talking about that. They're going to be one of the new ones. You saw their storage downstairs. A lot of T-shirts. A lot of T-shirts. Letty, come out. Fail Safe for Life. You're the president-elect, correct?
That is correct.
All right, come in closer. Come in closer. This is the green that you love for Fail Safe for Life.
You know it.
Tell us a little bit about why it's important that you're here.
I am so excited to have a space. This means we can get out from behind our tables in our dining room office space that we have used. It means that we can get the supplies out of our garages that are taking up the space. And now we have a space to grow our work and continue our mission to end suicide in the greater Spokane area.
But it's a heavy topic. You deal with a lot of heavy things, and now you have separation of church and state, if you will.
You're absolutely right.
You'll get to take a break.
Yes.
All right, well, we thank you. Do you like it?
I love it. We are so thrilled to have this space. Thank you so much.
And storage, closet, storage for paperwork. All right, turning good into greater good. Where are you going? You leave me again? Come here. What we're doing with that saying and with this area here is that this is the conference room space. That was a little conflicted when I came here. But we've got more chairs. You've got the whiteboard, a little organization. And over here, We Appliance, they did a beautiful job. The computer is now operating. It shares with that monitor. It can be used for Zoom calls, team meetings, and training.
And I think it's important, right? Hybrid is the new norm, and you need to be prepared for in virtual. It's perfect.
And it's for those nonprofits, again, that you have effect on by giving them grants and donations and stuff, and they can use this space to come up with new ideas. Love it. All right, now, if you were to have people here and you wanted to, I don't know, warm up a cup of tea on the stove, you couldn't have done it because it didn't work.
It was a show stove.
It was a show stove.
It's not a show stove anymore.
Mountain States Electric came in, re-electrified. Kapal Stoneworks, how beautiful are those countertops?
They're so beautiful. We had the dingiest countertops before. It's new. It's lovely.
All right, Spokane Hardware Supply, not only your brand new door, but all the knobs and all the hardware that we used. Thank you so much, guys. The carpeting, ProSource. This is beautiful. 3,000 square foot. Chad McLeod and his crew. Could you believe they could do this in a day and a half?
So fast. So fast. I told him that went so fast, and he said, it's because you didn't lay it.
Come here real quick. Poke around that corner. This is now what is a podcast studio, which I put a lot of time and effort in. I was really hoping to nail this because you have to share with everyone else going through Spokane Public Library.
We do. And you know, those slots fill up so fast, and podcasts are just so common, a normal course of business now. Other nonprofits can come in and use it if they need to. And we have a space that will be available anytime.
Okay, last part I want to show you, and then we're going to be done. Now, I love this backlit sign, by the way. Lucas did a beautiful job on it. These are the new offices of, again, Women Helping Women Fund. Come on in here, Heather. I know, I see the cameras going like, oh, there's not enough room for everybody. These are your brand new offices. Garco put it together, modern drywall, of course, coming in. Galen Hagen did all the taping. Painted, all Rada paint. Absolutely beautiful. Make an introduction of who we have here, please.
Sure. So this is Katie Parsons, our development director, and Geneva Johns, our operations director with Women Helping Women Fund. And the 3 of us get to lead this amazing organization and definitely make a difference in Spokane.
Okay, before we leave you, this is sort of the big project. They have an event coming up where they raise money to then give to other nonprofits. That's what they do as a fund. What do they need to know?
So the event is on May 22nd. It's going to be at the Spokane Convention Center. It's called Give Like a Woman, and it'll be featuring Sean Astin as our main speaker. Tickets are on sale now at our website under the events tab.
Okay. Thank you so much. We have that website on our website, kxly.com. All right, Derek, I'm going to send it back to you. We affected a lot of square footage. We did a lot of cool stuff, and all of it, including Davis Office Supply. These are electronic desks. This is bringing them into 2024, kicking and screaming, I might add. So there you go. I'm going to send it back to you.
It really looks great, Mark. Awesome work there. And I know Women Helping Women is something near and dear to you as well, Chris.
Yes, they are an amazing organization. I've been honored to MC their yearly event for many years, and to see what they do in this community and have for so many
years.
Yes, so many years is just incredible. So yay for Women Helping Women. Well, the indoor projects, maybe Mark inspired you. Half of the weekend will be good for that. Let's take a look at your weekend forecast. Sunday looks like your indoorsy day. Windy and rainy. It's going to be especially wet in North Idaho. In Spokane, we may not get a lot of precipitation on Sunday. Looks like we may have a bit of a rain shadow from the Columbia Basin on Saturday, 48 and partly sunny. That'll be by far the nicer of the two weekend days. Beautiful evening in progress right now on our satellite and radar. Skies are clearing around the region. We will see some patchy fog developing, freezing fog in spots tomorrow morning, but right now it looks like that will clear off very quickly with some sunshine, a high of 48. 41 is our average high. A beautiful Friday. I'll be back to talk more about those changes on the way for next week and have your ski report in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, looking forward to it. The Stevens County Sheriff's Office is hoping you can help them find a medical lake man who's been missing for 2 days now. 24-year-old Jason Anderson was last seen in the Deep Lake area. That's a little southeast of Northport near the Canadian border. His family has a cabin there, and with information on where Anderson may be or who gave him a ride out of the area is asked to call 911 or the Stevens County dispatch number on your screen there, 509-684-2555. Well, the man who was thrust into the national spotlight when 4 University of Idaho students were murdered is retiring from the Moscow Police Department. 54-year-old James Fry spent the last 8 years of his 30-year career as the chief of the Moscow Police Department. But he's not leaving law enforcement. He's just taking a different approach. Bronte Saratsky talked with Fry today about his future.
After 8 years as chief of the Moscow Police Department, Chief Fry says he's ready for a change. He's stepping down from the police department, but not law enforcement.
I will be putting my name in to run for sheriff.
In November of 2022, Fry was at the helm of the department when the eyes of the nation focused on Moscow, wanting answers in the murders of 4 students.
And I think I can take a lot of what I've learned here and carry it over to another great agency in our local area. And I think I just bring a different perspective.
In the midst of working through a tragedy in his own community, he and his department were met with criticism. For weeks, information was limited. Some worried they weren't able to handle the investigation until an arrest was made less than 2 months later.
Even though I couldn't say a whole lot, we still needed to get out as much information as we could. So that was a challenge.
That experience made him realize that anything can happen, even in Moscow.
Prepare as much as you can, and prepare for something at a national level, not just something at a local level.
After everything he and his department faced, he still has a passion for improving his community.
I want to try to improve law enforcement and continue to hold us at a high standard. I've said often that to whom much is given, much is required. And in law enforcement, I believe that we're given a lot, but a lot is required of us.
Fry's last day with the police department will be April 30th. We've reached out to Latah County Sheriff Stiles, and as of news time, have not heard back. Reporting in Moscow, Bronte Saratsky for News Now.
Well, for the first time in nearly 50 years, an American spacecraft landed on the moon. It happened just a little more than 2 hours ago. The Odysseus lunar lander, nicknamed Odie, is on the moon's surface and transmitting, according to the Houston-based company that developed the spacecraft. Odie's trip to the moon is designed to assess the lunar environment of the moon's south pole, ahead of NASA's current plan to return a crewed mission there in late 2026. Today's success comes after a failed U.S. lunar landing mission last month that ended with the Peregrine spacecraft burning up in the atmosphere as it careened back toward Earth. Alabama's biggest hospital is pausing all in vitro fertilization treatments as people try to figure out what's next. 2 days ago, the Alabama Supreme Court ruled embryos are children, no matter if they're within or out of a uterus, and those who destroy them can be held liable for wrongful death and criminally charged.
Equating an embryo to a child is scientifically unfounded, and the clinical ramifications of such a legal decision are tremendous and will undoubtedly have unintended consequences.
The ruling has not only left hopeful parents in the lurch, it's now a political battle reaching 2024 presidential candidates. President Biden met with the wife and daughter of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny.
He was a man of incredible courage, and it's amazing how his wife and daughter are emulating that.
Navalny, who was an outspoken critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin, died last week in an Arctic Russian prison. There are claims he was poisoned. The White House is planning to release what they're calling new major sanctions against Russia tomorrow. President Biden also considering what's being described as a major new action on the southern border. The administration officials tell ABC News it's looking to potentially take executive action, making it harder to seek asylum. The move would put the president at odds with his own party. Some Democrats compare such a crackdown to Trump-era policies. In New York City, though, 170,000 immigrants are currently in their system, with some making headlines for their involvement in crimes, like the 8 men accused of attacking 2 NYPD officers. This is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
My advice to all the fathers out there, they grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
February's Extreme Team is Women Helping Women. Inefficient use of space. They need more offices so that more women can be helped. That's what we're going to be doing. Women Helping Women. Join us. 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
How would you like to drive a brand new Toyota every 3 years with a low monthly payment and not carry the debt of a big car loan? At Finley Downtown Toyota, we have great lease options available now, so you can drive a reliable new vehicle for less.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series. 38 specials, timeless blast of Southern rock hits. Live Thursday, April 18th. Damn straight. Don't miss Scotty McCreery, one of country music's biggest stars, live Thursday, May 2nd. It's No Holds Barred Entertainment at King of the Cage, featuring upcoming MMA stars on Thursday, June 13th. Visit CDAcasino.com to buy your tickets now and check out the full Core Stars lineup.
Winning is just the beginning.
The time to buy is now. Yes, RV show pricing continues at R&R RV in North Spokane. Over 125 RVs are indoors at 525 East Francis. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show price. Don't shop in the cold. Shop over 125 RVs indoors now at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis. Online at rnrrv.com.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Ski report time, and the news is pretty good, especially what's coming in the forecast. But the conditions are in good shape across the region. Little spring-like conditions here and there, but a bit of new snow over the last 24 hours, and they've had some off and on this week. And I took a look at the night skiing going on at Mount Spokane tonight. It looked like it had a good crowd and everybody was having fun. No precipitation for the next couple of days, so you may actually don't get a goggle tan, wear your sunscreen, but dry conditions and may see some sunshine on the slopes, and then the wet weather starts moving in. Sunday, a windy day with more of a rain-snow mix in the mountains and rain down in town, but we have a chance of precipitation then every day through the 7-day forecast, and our snow level is going to drop quite a bit. It'll be around 4,000 feet on Sunday, but then dropping in the evening down to 500 feet by Monday. That takes it right into the Spokane area. Expect some snow in town Monday and Tuesday. Then we're back up around 3,000 feet by noon on Wednesday, staying above the Spokane area on Thursday. And then it looks like that snow level is going to start dropping again as we head into next weekend with more wet weather. Here's a look at your planning forecast. A couple of beautiful days on the way after some patchy freezing fog in the morning. Windy Sunday afternoon into Monday morning with some snow on Monday. Snow likely Monday night into Tuesday morning and Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Then we're into more of a rain-snow mix in town with rain on Leap Day, the 29th. But as I mentioned, looks like we're going to be cooling down again next weekend, so we may not be done with the snow here in town, and there's more falling in the mountains, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Gonzaga women's hoops locked in a battle against San Francisco tonight, right now, right?
Yeah, that's going on right now. We're going to have an update from McCarthy Athletic Center and some big roster news for the Bulldogs for next season coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino brings you actor and comedian Tracy Morgan to Spokane Live. Saturday, February 24th. Tickets are available online now at SpokaneTribeCasino.com. Entertainment without limits.
Over the years, your floor can take a beating. From those indoor soccer matches to late-night parties, it's important to choose a quality product that will last a lifetime and add elegance to your home. Nobody has a better selection at a better price than the hometown pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
At Windsor Plywood, they will help you pick it out, give you great tips on how to install it, and even give you ideas for other upgrades. It's a one-stop shop that's got it all.
Windsor Plywood.
The idea of owning a home was a really big dream of mine. It felt kind of like a pipe dream. When I think of a mortgage advisor, I think of someone who is stuffy, not approachable or friendly. But then we went to BECU and I met Lauren. She was like, this is what we're gonna do. This is how you make it happen. This is how you buy a home. And it wasn't scary or overwhelming. Watching my daughter grow up in a home that we own is amazing. My mortgage advisor changed my life and my family's life.
Life is a whirlwind. I wish I could swim. When there's disaster to deal with, who are we?
911, what's your emergency? Help is on the way.
Fishing trip hit a snag. Won't stop us. In a Nissan SUV, adventure begins where the road ends.
Drive a Nissan SUV. Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue, or get 2.9% financing for 60 months on Pathfinder.
Buenos dias, I'm Eddie Garcia, and we're building this house.
Hey, I'm Tanya Galvez. I work at Par Lumber, and we supply Eddie with all the materials he needs.
Par, your total home building source since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build? Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino brings you actor and comedian Tracy Morgan to Spokane Live. Saturday, February 24th. Tickets are available online now at SpokaneTribeCasino.com. Entertainment without limits.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
The 16th ranked Gonzaga women's basketball team is hosting San Francisco tonight. The Bulldogs looking to extend their 20-game win streak, but they'll have to do it without one of their key players. Sports director Julian Minnesone is here. And Julian, what's the latest on the injury front here for the Zags?
Well, redshirt sophomore Bree Sallenbein tore her ACL in practice last week and is out for the rest of the season. This is the third time she suffered an ACL injury in her career and is now contemplating her basketball future. Sallenbein had been playing a key role off the bench for the Bulldogs this season. She was the highest ranked recruit in program history, so tough loss for them. But big news to start the game. It was announced Yvonne Ejim would be returning to Gonzaga for her 5th and final season. Ejim is a 3-time all-conference player who leads the Bulldogs in scoring. So Gonzaga obviously came out of the locker room with some energy. Eliza Hollingsworth from 3, that's automatic. Now more from the Bulldogs. They ran away with this one early on. It's the woman of the hour. Yvonne Ejim gets the pass inside and the difficult layup to go. And then it's the sister connection. Kaylin Trong goes to her sister Kaylee Trong. They've done this millions of times. The Bulldogs started the game on a 10-0 run. Gonzaga leads the game at halftime right now, score 35-19. And the Gonzaga men's basketball team leads Portland on the road, scores 43-30 at halftime. Oregon native Ben Gregg going home and putting in work, leading the Bulldogs with 13 points. They're just one game ahead of San Francisco there for that second place spot. And that second place spot in the WCC tournament's huge because you get an automatic bye to the semifinals. So if Gonzaga needs to win the conference tournament, they got to keep winning games in order to make that path a little easier.
And then, of course, a pretty big game in Tucson tonight as well.
Between WSU and Arizona, it's going to be huge.
All right, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
On the hunt for your next ride? Come to Valley VIP Auto Sales with a wide variety of cars and trucks. We're here to help you find the perfect vehicle. You won't find a better deal anywhere else. Come find your next vehicle at Valley VIP.
Every time you use your ICCU Premier Rewards Visa card, you're earning rewards. Whether it's cash back or points, being a member of Idaho Central really pays back. Start earning points and getting cash back for your everyday purchases. It's a win-win. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe life should be rewarding.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Hi, I'm Robert Sacre. You may know me from my basketball career. But what you don't know is I'm a father of 4, and life can get pretty chaotic. So that's why I'm getting a vasectomy at North Idaho Urology, so I can finally sit back and enjoy the madness.
Vasectomy season is back. Scheduled today in North Idaho Urology.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
On the hunt for your next ride? Come to Valley VIP Auto Sales with a wide variety of cars and trucks. We're here to help you find the perfect vehicle. You won't find a better deal anywhere else. Come find your next vehicle at Valley VIP.
Next DT, Zendaya takes her style tour de force to Seoul, South Korea.
I feel incredibly lucky.
Plus,
hi, I'm Raven Simone, and this is my ET retrospective.
Next DT.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Expect even more from KXLY Plus. Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens. Weather every 10 minutes. Free on your time. Download the app, connect to your streaming TV, and connect on KXLY Plus.
I'm trying to think of what the how to squeeze a whole month's worth of outdoor activity into the next 2 days, because it's going to be so pretty and then so not starting on Sunday. But boy, we need that snow in the mountains.
I did make sure I cleared the minefield in my backyard from my 2 dogs today, which was, not getting rained on or snowed on, so that's a victory in itself, I guess.
That is, and I'm sure many of our viewers tonight can relate to that task.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, but yeah, enjoy these next 2 days, Friday and Saturday, while you can, because Sunday, it's the return of winter.
Yes, and the wind.
All right, thank you so much for being with us here tonight for 4 News Now at 6. You've got a busy night, a lot of stuff going on tonight.
Yeah, Gonzaga and Cougs all in action. We're going to have it at 11.
Okay, thanks again so much for being with us. We'll be back at 11 o'clock for Nightside. We'll see you then.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.